I want to help people with this. I started coming to terms with this around the time I turned 14, which was almost a year ago. And I couldn't come to terms with the fact that I am bisexual. I couldn't let myself be anything other than straight, and that's really sad when you think about it. I was so pressured by myself to be straight, not by any other person. Not my mom, not my family. Nobody else was telling me that being anything but straight was wrong, but I told myself that I couldn't be anything but straight. I told myself, no, you have to be straight. That's what you have to be. And that's what you've always been, right? But around November, I came out to my best friend Caroline, who's probably watching this, and when I told her, that's when I really came to terms with it, and I didn't believe myself until I told her. And after that, I started coming out to more people, and I came out to my mom on New Year's Eve, and I came out to my sister on April Fool's Day. And still haven't come out to my stepdad or my grandparents, but I've come out to a couple of cousins, a lot of my close friends, and it's so rewarding to get it off your chest and be able to talk about it. And I am so incredibly lucky to have family and friends that support me and love me for who I am, because a lot of people don't have that, and that's awful. And I couldn't imagine being alienated because I like boys and girls. The fact that I couldn't come to terms with it, not anybody else but me, is really sad, because I was forcing myself to be somebody who I wasn't. And I was telling everybody, I'm straight, like I like boys, just boys. But I think deep down inside I knew that that wasn't true. And then I really found myself attracted to girls, and I started thinking about girls in different ways, and it scared me a lot at first. It really worried me, and I really didn't understand. I was thinking, how can I find this girl attractive when I like boys? It took a lot of time and a lot of thought to really figure it out, and I'm still struggling with it. Now I'm thinking I might be pansexual, and that's a whole nother thing that I have to deal with. But really coming out to myself as bisexual was so hard. I just wouldn't let myself feel anything other than heterosexuality. And really what pressured me was societal influences, always hearing lesbian or gay used in a negative connotation. I always had strong feelings about equality and marriage equality and rights, but I was worried about ruining my own life by being who I was, and that makes me so disgusted in my own mentality. But now I'm so willing to be who I am, and that's so amazing, because for so many years I didn't want to be who I was. I remember having crushes on girls, but I would always suppress it and distract myself from it, being like, I was like, oh, that's a cute girl, but I'd be like, oh, that's a cute boy too. But it was just a form of distraction. But I remember having crushes on girls, and even in middle school I remember really having crushes on girls and not wanting to deal with it because everyone said that being a lesbian was bad. And I mean, I'm not a lesbian, but I'm about halfway there. I just suppressed it for so long, and now for me to come to terms with it is so important. And I really think that everyone should have the opportunity to be themselves and really understand who they are. And I think everyone is entitled to love and compassion. And I think that if you're afraid, like I was, that just know that there's so many people out here that are here for you, that would not judge you no matter who you love. And it's not wrong to love people no matter sex, gender, identity, whatever. It's not wrong to love other people, because the human race is a beautiful thing. I mean, it can be really fucked up sometimes, but it's a beautiful thing in general. It's not wrong to love or be attracted to other humans. And if you're like aromantic, then you don't have to love anybody, no pressure. And if you're asexual, you don't have to be attracted to anybody, no pressure. I just think that I didn't want to be who I was. And to know that less than a year ago that's the position that I was in is so sad. Because now, looking back from a year ago, I would not want to be anybody other than who I am right now. And I wouldn't want to be straight if I could be. And a year ago, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm definitely straight. I want to be straight. And I think that's why I was so insecure and really did not like myself at that point in time. And I think that until I really came to terms with who I was, I really had a lot of self-loathing because I wasn't in touch with who I am and I wouldn't accept myself. But I was my biggest enemy. I was my biggest bully. Nobody else was suppressing my feelings any more than me. Okay, there's fucking demons in my house real quick, so anyways, I think that it's just really hard when there's so many mean, hateful people out there to really come to terms and accept who you are. And there's so many stigmas against, any type of person who's not straight. And I think that's fucking bullshit, to be honest. And it doesn't matter if they're a different gender or a different sex than what you're supposed to be attracted to. Because not everybody in the world is straight, if you haven't noticed, and it's not a new thing. So if you're out there watching this and you're struggling to find who you are, I want to tell you that what you're feeling is completely valid, and it's something that I felt for so long. And I think that you should really uncover what's inside you and really understand who you are rather than just pushing it down, because that's what I always did. And once I let it out, once I just unlocked the cage that my feelings were in, my life has just been going up since then. I think that ever since I made that self-discovery, that I've been so much happier and so much more grateful and so much more loving and open and caring. I don't think there's anything wrong with me loving people. There's nothing wrong with you loving people or not loving people. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to people or not being attracted to people. Just gotta do what fucking demons, chill out. You just have to do what feels right. And if you're afraid of people hating you or judging you, I want you to know that there's always somebody that you can talk to. And I want you to be true to who you are. Love you. Bye.